going to do some work with inner tubes. These are literally old bike inner tubes. And what I've done is I've gone to my local bike shop and asked them if they could save the old ones that they were throwing out. And so I go and pick up a pile of them every week. I've cut out the pin, I'm not sure if you can see, just grab a sharp knife and cut out the valve, because we don't want to use them with the valve because they could poke into people's bodies. Then I put two together, and you can either use them as a tether or you can do partner work with them. And I do both depending on whether there's a rail along the side of the pool, which there is one in this pool. And then what I do is I grab where the valve used to be, and there is now a hole. That comes in handy because when you're finished with the bands, you can use them to drain the water out of the bands. What you're going to do is you just loop them through, pull them tight with the holes at the end so that when you hang them, the water just drains out. You've got this little loop, and you pull it tight, and then suddenly you've got band. One person goes on one end, you can tie the other end to a rail, or you can get someone else in the other end.
So here's an example of the use of the inner tubes in the deep end of the pool. I've tied the inner tube to the ladder rail, and starting off with running arms, big long extension with the arm. I'm really relying on my upper body a lot there, my legs aren't doing too much. The same in the reverse, going backwards now. Rather than running backwards, I've got a flutter kick happening. So tension through my core when I'm working forwards or backwards to hold my body upright. You can see where the band's position. It's trying to pull me forward, so I'm staying really strong and upright. Now I'm going into a cross-country action. Long arms, long legs, strong contraction through the hamstrings and the glutes. The straighter I keep my leg, the more I'll be engaging my glutes. To do this, these exercises with interval music would be fantastic. 30-second intervals or 20-second intervals, where you switch on for 20 seconds, working as hard as you can, and then having 10 seconds rest. But I've just used I Feel Good because I think it's a great song for energy-wise and motivation. Everyone seems to love it. So there's just some examples of traveling moves.